As far back as I can remember, I've observed the tradition of watching scary movies on Friday the 13th. It's somewhat of a holiday for me. As gaming grew up, technology advanced, and companies began to develop horror games with better narratives, these games were added to my Friday the 13th festivities. Now, for the first time on this personal holiday, I'm consuming some horror in virtual reality. I just wish Resident Evil 7 had been out already. Oh well, I guess I'll fire that up next time the 13th lands on a Friday. This time around, aside from the scary movies I'll be watching tonight, I put two PSVR titles on my schedule: Until Dawn Rush of Blood and Killex VR. Let me just say, virtual reality is tailor-made for the horror genre. The feeling of presence VR gives you adds so much to the tension and fear. There's a big difference between watching something horrifying on the screen and having that horrifying thing in your face. Until Dawn is one of the PS4 games I've played multiple times, usually on Friday the 13th. If you haven't played that game, do. It's worth your time. Rush of Blood is a different style of game completely, an on-rails shooter, literally. This game is the perfect mix of roller coaster thrills, jump scares, and tension as you fight off various kinds of enemies. Using the motion controllers to dual-wield guns is so natural and immersive as long as the tracking is working. I haven't had many tracking issues with any PSVR games, but moving so that the camera can see everything usually solves whatever problems you may be having. As much as I like games that give me freedom of movement, it's nice not to have to worry about positioning yourself in the world. You're along for the ride wherever the cart takes you, and this lets you focus on shooting everything around you. The only problem I have is that everything is so hectic. Oftentimes I'm frantically pulling the triggers and forget to even reload. This is a great looking game. It's creepy from the time you load it up. As you begin the game, the ringmaster leans in to explain things to you, and it feels like he is invading your personal space. This is one of the things I love about virtual reality. The level of immersion surpasses every other medium. This makes everything you're experiencing that much scarier. Whatever scares you, you'll find something in this game that will do the trick. Each level has a slightly different theme, involving everything from clowns to spiders to trippy hallucinations. Some have complained that it's not that scary or that it's boring. I'm not quite sure what game they were playing or what they were expecting. This game is perfect for what it is. I will say that throughout my time playing Until Dawn Rush of Blood, I couldn't help but think how awesome it would be to have an Area 51 VR. I had fun with Killex VR before I even started playing it. It was almost like following a player's guide trying to sign up for a Chinese PSN account. I will say it was worth it. While not as polished as some games, I appreciate what they're doing here. Killex's control scheme took some getting used to, but after a while I began to get the hang of it. You're given complete freedom of movement via the buttons on the motion controller. Holding a flashlight in one hand and a gun in the other felt natural, and I hope more games will adopt this control scheme. Even so, if the motion controllers had joysticks on them and a slightly different button layout, it would make for a much improved experience. The controls can feel clunky until you get used to them. Making your way through the caves feels creepy, and the creatures can be scary the first playthrough. The demo does get less tense as you find new, more powerful guns, but you'll need those guns to take out the last enemy. It's kind of the final boss of the demo. I'm interested to see the complete game. This could be great if there is some variety in the enemies and the story is fleshed out well. I want more developers to be able to experiment with new and exciting gameplay experiences for VR to bring us games like Kill X. Also, I can't help but feel like I should have had access to this game without having to sign up for a Chinese account. Why can't we all get all the games available? I hope you've enjoyed taking a look at Until Dawn Rush of Blood and Kill X. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope you're doing something scary on this and every Friday the 13th.